Hey guys, Steve Zelnardo here with Remax West Zelnardo Associates. Happy Monday morning, and to just give you a quick recap on last week's activities, also the current inventory, and a few positive facts I read in the media this morning, which is pretty cool. Number one, our activities last week, we had two of our properties, two of our listings, 2 out of 8 of our listings get offers in on the properties. One of them did sell conditional. The other property didn't sell because naturally the buyers came in low and they ended low, so we had no option but to refuse the offer. But this week here, we're going to try to re-engage those buyers. Maybe they're willing to pay, come up in price, and ultimately we can bridge this deal with buyer and seller, or we'll just sell to someone else. So that's pretty much it. And we also signed 3 listings going in the over the weekend, going into the next couple weeks. So that's going to be pretty interesting. We got some good inventory coming to market. And talking about inventory itself, last week we reported about 17,500 units, and this week we're at 17,900 units. So it's up between 300 to 400 units, give or take, from last week to this week. But interesting enough, if you kind of break this down, you kind of look into the actual what's being accumulated and what's being sold. We had about 1,300 units sold at a 1,700 listed from last Monday to this Monday. So that's amazing. You got to think about it. There's 1,300 sales at a 1,700 units. It's pretty much chewing up maybe 60 to 70% of what's coming to market. So that's pretty positive. Another thing I was reading, 2 positive things I read in the market. Number one, about Toronto itself, where they're talking about the column title is "Real Estate Will Thrive in Cities That Adapt to New Economic Models." And so they're saying basically Toronto's adapting to new economic models, and we're ranked with London, New York, Paris, Singapore, Tokyo, and Hong Kong. I think that's bloody fantastic, because naturally I want to live and remain in Toronto, and this is a good sign because our city is adapting and moving forward. It's such a young country to begin with, and such a young city. I think we've only been a province for the last 160 years. So yeah, it's a lot of good things to come in Toronto, that's for sure. And number 2 is they said the consumers spending a lot less money in consumer products, but rather paying down debt with the money that they normally spend on consumer products, which is very positive because people are starting to get financial security and financial health, which will ultimately go a long way in the future, because we don't want people to drain their bank accounts and then being forced to make moves that affect the let's say real estate market or the market in general, because it becomes like a ripple effect where someone can't afford their property, they got to unload it, and then they got to they're unloading at any price just to get out, and it's just that ripple effect, because then the neighbors are going to list their house and have a very similar price or sale price, because there was some desperation in the past sale. So yeah, those are 2 very positive things, and that's pretty much it, guys. Have an amazing day. We'll talk soon. Ciao.